What's going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jay Lippman Live. If you're new here, my name's Jay. Obviously, I am a YouTuber and professional video editor. And on this channel, we talk about all things video editing, camera gear, and how to make better videos, with the exception of today. Today, we are not talking about that. We've got something actually kind of important to talk about that is a little bit away. It is creator-centric, but it's away from the technical discussion. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, let's jump into the chat and see who's here. So, Budget Bushcraft, what's going on? Yes, you are here for a live stream, which is super, super, super awesome. My non-traditional life, what's going on? Gemma's Journey Grace, how are you? I feel like I haven't seen you guys for a minute now. I've been busy at work. Did I cut my hair again? I did cut my hair again. Well, sorta. I cut the sides again. I cut the sides and the back, but the top is just continuing. It's continuing to grow, and it's to a point where I can't really go off to the side anymore because it looks weird. So it's just going. It's going straight back. Nova 6 Marketing. Hello. So guys, I don't know if you saw the tweet about this stream, but this is actually going to be my last live stream for about a month. I am leaving to go to a bunch of different places. Actually, just driving out. On Monday, we're going to be driving out to Indiana, and then from Indiana to Colorado, and then from Colorado to Idaho, and then from Idaho to Ohio, and then from Ohio, we'll be back home. So I'm leaving on the 8th, this coming Monday. I'm not coming back until the 22nd of July. So I'm going to be gone for almost an entire month. And that's kind of why I wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about. Jay's trying to look like Yankee. I am not trying to look like Yankee. But this trip is kind of why I wanted to talk about what I'm talking about, because over the last few weeks, I've kind of been in a mad rush I didn't want to miss sorry, I just hit the mic. I didn't want to miss an upload. All right. Like I kind of have a schedule set, like this Monday, Friday upload schedule, and the live stream I got almonds stuck in my teeth. Sorry guys. And then this Wednesday live stream. And I was kind of like, I can go without doing the live stream. That is what it is. But I didn't want to miss my upload schedule because that's truly what's been growing my channel, and I want to keep that going. I don't want to jeopardize that. So I've been in a mad rush to get all these videos uploaded and scheduled, edited, filmed, all that stuff. I had to get the whole thing done before I left, and I've still got a few to go. I still have one more to film. I've got like 4 or 5 to edit. But if I don't come see you in Indy, I'll tell you what, Budget. I will hit you up on the Twitter. We're not going to be in town for very long. I'm like the only driver on this trip, so basically we're getting there. I'm passing out. We're going to spend some time with some family, but if you're close to where we're at, I will, maybe we can meet up for a couple hours. I just got to make sure I get my 8 hours of sleep so I can then make the, whatever it is, 19-hour drive to Colorado after that. So, my non-traditional life, how am I going to go through comments on the new videos while I'm away? I mean, I'll still have my cell phone. There'll be a couple days when I don't have reception. What part of the deal in Idaho is we're going camping in the middle of the mountains, which means I will have no reception, no internet connection whatsoever, which is kind of why I wanted to get all these videos out. But, I'll be doing my best. I still have my phone. I check my comments on my phone multiple times a day. So, with the exception of a couple days where I'll be completely out of range, I should be able to check comments just fine. So no, yeah. Unfortunately, fortunately, I'm looking forward to the trip. I'm not looking forward really to being the only driver, but I'm looking forward to the trip as a whole. But anyway, I've been in this mad rush to do this whole, getting the videos filmed and edited and uploaded and scheduled to go live and all that, and it got me thinking about the concept of creator burnout. Which is kind of like always a hot topic around, especially YouTube and even Twitter. And I can't get through Indy without crossing your path. All right, sweet. So we'll see definitely try and make that happen. It would be a short visit, but it would be cool. It would be cool to see you again. It would be awesome to see you again. I haven't seen you since Niagara. So, but I started thinking about this whole thing, creative burnout. Like that was the whole deal. By the way, guys, if you haven't been to the stream for a while, if you're new here, if you're new and you're lurking and I haven't said hi to you yet. First of all, if you're new, let me know in the chat that you're new so I can properly say hello. And also, the way that this works now, if you haven't been here for a while, is I typically come in here with some kind of topic, some kind of thing that I want to talk about. But there's also a link in the description, also floating around the chat. Studio Geek, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. There's a link in, it's floating around, Nightbot's floating it around the chat. It's also in the description of this live stream. If you have any questions, it doesn't have to be on the topic that we're talking about. It can be anything related to making videos, or anything related to really anything. I'll just answer questions, but we'll get to the Q&A portion, probably second half of this stream. After I get through I actually have a little presentation for you guys. Like this is special. I actually did some work for this live stream instead of just thinking about a topic and thinking I'd go off the cuff. I've actually got stuff. Studio Geek, I am not using a DSLR. I am still using my Logitech C922. It's suiting me just fine. In fact, I've been able to, I got some new lighting, which may be the difference that you're seeing. I also tweak contrast and saturation a little bit. So, trying to get the image a little bit better, which hopefully that shows. But yeah, no, I'm still using the webcam, man. I just tweaked it so it actually looks decent. But so I started thinking about this thing, creative burnout. And I'm not saying that I'm burnt out right now. I'm definitely not. I am a little tired. I'm operating on about 4 hours of sleep right now. We'll get into the reason why in a little bit, but I'm not burnt out right now. But it started getting me thinking about burning out because this is the type of thing where people could potentially get burnt out. And by the way, when I say burnout, when I say that somebody gets burnt out, oh, thanks, Studio Geek. I appreciate that. When I say creator burnout, when I say burnout in general, I say that knowing full well that word is thrown around it's thrown around way too loosely, especially around YouTube. People use the term burnout as if it's synonymous with tired, they're just tired, really. That's the truth, is they're probably just tired, but they're saying, oh, I'm burnt out. Or maybe they're just having a day where they're lazy and they don't want to do the work, but they're saying they're burnt out. So that term is thrown around very loosely, but burnout is a very real thing, and it's a very, very serious thing. And I have been through it. Strangely enough, not since I started making videos, but I went through it as a musician where I got completely burned out, and it was bad. And I think because of that experience, I've been able to kind of prevent myself from going through that when I picked up a camera and started making videos. Oh, I know that my non-traditional life, sleep is definitely more important than YouTube, but the reason why I was just out late last night, actually doing a good thing. And typically I do try and get at least 6 hours of sleep a night. It's just every once in a while I don't. Every once in a while I don't. Rachel Rawson, hello. Hello. So yeah, the term burnout is a very real thing, and it's actually a very serious thing. So it actually kind of bothers me a little bit. We're not going to get into me ranting about this, but it does kind of bother me that people throw it around so loosely and use it as a metaphor for either being tired or just not wanting to do something, because there's actually it's a thing. It's a real thing. And so today I wanted to kind of go over some of the signs that you might actually be burning out, that you might actually have burnout, and some of the ways that you can prevent yourself from burning out. So let's just jump into that. Like I said, I did some work on this. I actually have some graphics. So let's dive into those. All right, let's talk about the signs of creative burnout real quick. So One, like, perpetual creative block is one big one. You know, I get that all the, well, I don't get that all the time, but like if it's been a long time and you just cannot bring yourself to come up with an idea for a video or a song or a piece of art, like that is a sign that you might be burning out. Another one is disinterest in what you used to love. So if you're super passionate about making videos, or if you're, super passionate about, like, again, writing songs, making paintings, whatever it is, photography, and all of a sudden you're just completely uninterested in it, and it just doesn't even, like, it doesn't even hit your radar as much anymore, then you might be burning out. Also, feelings of uselessness and hopelessness, things like why am I even doing this? That's a huge sign that you're burning out. And also resentment towards people more successful than you, maybe people you looked up to up until very recently. And now all of a sudden you find yourself being a little angry at them because it seems to maybe come so easy while you're struggling so hard. Those are signs that you're burning out. And it's a very real thing, and it can transform itself into like a full-blown depression. And it's just not fun whatsoever. Smooth transitions to the slides there. Thank you, not my non-traditional life. Thank you so much. Stress the crap out. Yeah. Stress is no joke. And like, I'm feeling stressed right now just because I got a lot of stuff on my plate, I got a lot of, but I'm not burning out. I'm a little stressed. I'm a little tired, but I'm not burning out, and that kind of goes into something we're going to talk in just a second about, some ways that you can prevent yourself from getting burned out. But first I need some coffee. And guys, by the way, I haven't decided yet, but we may actually go a little bit long. I'm actually set up to go longer than an hour today if I need to. So we'll get through this. We'll answer questions. Once again, if you've come into the stream late since the last time I said it, there is a link in the description of this stream. Excuse me. There's a link in the description of the stream if you have a question about, whether it's this topic or anything having to do with creating videos. Make sure you click that link and you fill out your question, fill out the form, ask your question, and I'll be answering them later in this stream. So, Rachel says, "Yep, I went there in November last year." There you go. Yep, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. Budget says, "My mom is in a nursing home. Grandma is home from the hospital. I'm homeless, and I am camping with John and Yankee in 2 weeks." Whoa. That's a lot on your plate, dude. The hair is on fleek. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rachel. I appreciate that. All right. So there are, like I said, there are things that you can do to prevent yourself from burning out. There are things that you can do to kind of keep yourself on, I guess, the straight and narrow, for lack of better words, because I'm just having trouble thinking of words today, which is an interesting problem to have on a live stream. My non-traditional life. I think burnout means something very different for people who are autistic. I can have similar symptoms, but happen slightly differently. Oh, absolutely, my non-traditional life. I mean, it means something different for everybody. But either way, like those symptoms can occur with anybody, and they are, whether, the way burnout presents itself is different, but those symptoms can still be there in some form or fashion. So those are just kind of things. And this isn't just my experience. This is the experience of many creators that I've talked to, whether it's been on YouTube or back in my musician days, or I know painters, photographers. I know people I know lots of people who are artists, and this is kind of the thing. This is the thing. Put out a video yesterday, inspired John as a bully. Whoa. So yeah, there are some very simple. Well, some are very simple and some are a little bit more difficult, but there are things that you can do to prevent yourself from completely burning out. The first one that I want to talk about is actually my biggest struggle. The one thing that I am not too good at doing, but that's taking care of your health. getting enough sleep, which is tough, or eating correctly, getting a little bit of exercise. Like those things make a big difference in your mental state. Taking care of your physical state really does help take care of your mental state. And so doing that, taking care of your health, making sure you're getting enough sleep, that you're not just eating crap all the time, that you're getting a little bit of exercise each day, that goes a long way towards preventing yourself from burning out. So make sure that you're taking care of your health for sure. The second one, and this is kind of the reason why I haven't burned out yet, but the second way is to know your limits. And that's the thing. It's kind of something that I've been saying for a few years. Work hard, but know your limits. There's a difference. Hustle is good. People talk about hustle culture and people kind of get addicted to it and all that. But like, there's a whole other side of that conversation that a lot of people don't talk about. And that's knowing your limits, making sure that you're not pushing yourself too hard. Like, I know how much sleep I need to get. I know, kind of like what I need to do to take care of myself. I don't always do it. In fact, I'm starting to get better. Actually, I've made some positive movements in that direction. So knowing your limits and trying not to push yourself past those limits, so don't, like, if you know that after an 8-hour day, you turn into a pumpkin and you're going to be completely just useless after 8 hours of working, then don't work after 8 hours. If you know that you have to get 8 hours of sleep or else you're going to be completely useless and you're going to feel like crap and you're going to be angry and irritable and just moody all day, then get 8 hours of sleep. Know your limits, know the things that kind of set you off and set you on a downward spiral, and avoid those things. So knowing your limits is super, super important. And also, if you start to feel those effects of burnout coming on, then take a break. For the love of God, take a break. It's okay to take a day and play video games, Like, I don't know about you, but like, not only, I create videos, I edit videos, on the side outside of YouTube for other people. I got a very full plate, and it's very easy for me to like get stuck in that whole like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week working. And sometimes you got to take a break. And yesterday I actually got a chance to do that. I worked in the morning and early afternoon, but I was able to take a little bit of a break. Arian and I hopped in the car at like 2 p.m. We drove up to Pennsylvania and we went to a baseball game with Apps That Rule, and also known as the Fantastic Joe, and Michael Fire Jr. and Michael T. Panetta. And we all went to a baseball game, and it was a lot of fun. It was cool hanging out with other YouTubers, but not doing anything YouTube related. And also every once in a while, I'll stop early for the day. I'll set like, okay, once I get this done, I'm done. And I'll sit and I'll watch some TV, or I'll play some video games, or I'll, clean up around the house a little bit. But like there's nothing wrong with taking a break. It's hard when you're self-employed, it's really easy to not take a break, but taking a break is a good thing. So taking a break, Judith Scott. Hello. Thank you, Judith. Thank you. Thank you. I've been missing chat, so I'm gonna take a little break. Take a little break from this little presentation. I've got some more tips for you, but let's jump back into the chat real quick. This is great. Thank you, Studio Geek. I appreciate that. Next week you're gonna be at VidCon. That's so cool. Budget Bushcraft. My limit caused me to buy a new guitar last night. Hey, I will always condone buying a new guitar. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh man. So, yeah, taking a break is a good thing. And I'm about to go on like basically a 3-week. Well, it's not really a 3-week break. I've got a project that I'm editing outside of YouTube. It's kind of got an end of July deadline, and I got a ton of work to do on it. So I'm going to have to work on that a little bit while I'm gone. But for the most part, I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to be taking a break. It's going to be nice. It's going to be very, very nice. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about, the next tip that I have for preventing yourself from burning out is to simply switch it up, simply do something different. A lot of times burnout can start to come on because you're doing the same thing day in and day out, and it gets old and it gets dry, and it starts to get really like you start to annoy yourself by your own art because, it's a real thing. For example, 99% of the videos I've been putting out have taken place right here at this desk in this room. And that can get old after a little while. That can get boring. And if I don't pay attention to that, then I'm going to kind of start hating what I do. So every once in a while, I got to do something different. And, recently I went out, maybe you guys saw, put out a video about filming and editing frame blocking transitions. And I went out to a park with the Michaels and we filmed that. And so I got to go out and hang out with them and shoot a video outside of the office, do something a little bit different. I'm also working on a little mini docu-series, which won't be coming out for a while, but I started filming that recently, and that's really cool. So I've got a couple things that aren't just straight information talking head videos coming out in a little bit, and I get to work on those. Plus I got this going on outside of YouTube too. So that's pretty cool. It gets old. Sounds like my day job. It sounds like, yeah, it sounded like my day job too. I had this problem with jobs where I'd love the job at first. 6 months in, I'd decide that I could probably run the company better. 9 months in, I hated my boss, and a year in, I kind of hated everybody that I worked with. So it was, for the most part, kind of my work history there. And it's like, I never held down a job for more than a few years because of that. And so I've been going at this. I've been going at this pretty solidly for almost a year and a half now, which is insane. Absolutely insane. Ooh, short Fender Squier. Nice. I haven't played a Fender Squier in years. Don't leave us, Jay. Well, I mean, I still have content coming out, Rachel. I'm going to be on a road trip. I'm going to be on a cross country road trip, not completely across the country, not going all the way to California. We're going to Idaho, and then back. I got a wedding to go to at the end of Ohio. But so I've got a bunch of content scheduled to come out. I just, I won't be creating anything new for that time. So, but I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not taking a break from YouTube or anything like that. I mean, taking a break from filming, but I still got content coming out. So you guys won't miss anything. You will not miss anything. This is part of the reason I made my channel less niche. I wanted to be able to change my video format and topics a bit every once in a while based on what I want to make. And I was doing the same thing, my non-traditional life, but, the fact of the matter is this is what I do. And it's, and kind of in order to progress along the path that I want to progress on, I do need to make this channel super niche, and make sure that everything that I put out is related to making videos in some form or fashion. So when I get a little bit bigger and stuff like that, maybe I can get away with a little bit more and I can actually start doing some more vlogging again, which would be nice. But, for the most part, I'm actually really happy with what I'm doing. I'm really happy with the way that things are going. So, and we're actually going to talk about that in just a minute. It's actually part of one of my tips. Coffee. Coffee is good. And you know what else is good? Water. Water is also good. Got some water. So, one of the other things, this is one of those super simple things that I forget about all the time. All the time. You guys have no idea how many times I forget about this. How about talking to a friend? Really, talking to a friend is a huge, huge deal. It's a huge thing that you can, that really, really helps. Calling somebody or texting them or whatever and being like, yo, I'm feeling some stuff. I'm going through it right now. And I forget to do that because when I get to the point where I start feeling kind of angry at people who are more successful than me, or I start feeling kind of hopeless or useless. What is that noise? Somebody's doing something back there. You know, when I start feeling that way, like I'm the type of person who likes to, I'm the type of person who likes to try and cure loneliness with isolation. Like for some reason that makes sense in my head. So like when I start feeling it, like it's actually a struggle. That phone feels like it weighs 500 pounds. But it really does help. Calling somebody, talking to people, and you know, it really does help talking it out with people. And even just getting like, I put out a video about this like months and months and months and months and months ago, but that whole Me Too factor, when you call somebody, you're like, yo, I'm feeling some stuff. And they're like, hey, I've been there and this is what I did. Like that is invaluable. It really helps. And it's even more invaluable when somebody calls you and is like, hey, I think I'm burning out. And you can be like, yeah, I've been there and here's what I did. Like that's so fulfilling. So talking to people is a huge, huge deal. Oh, let's jump back into the chat while I wait for my voice to recover a little bit. Let's see here. Filming with the Michaels would drive me insane. It's actually nice. It works really, really well, the way that the three of us work together, because it actually it's insane when we're like trying to collab and we're trying to all be a part of each other's videos. But lately we haven't been doing that. Lately, what we've been doing is getting together and basically the person, whoever's channel it is, whoever's like making the video, they're the director and the actor. And the other two are basically just, we're cameramen, you know, we're the crew. So like we give suggestions on like, maybe we should set up the shot this way. But other than that, they're the only ones on camera. Everybody else's primary focus is helping them make the best video that they can make. And that's kind of how it was when I did my frame blocking transition video. Is like they came out and I kind of directed the shots, and like they were in the video because like they were kind of part of my example of the transitions. But other than that, like I basically just I told them what to do and they did it. It was great. It was great. Gonna miss you. Oh, I'm gonna miss you too, Rachel. Been there for sure. I only worked for other people for a year or two, and working for myself, I can't stop working. Yep, exactly. Wow, I would love to go on a trip. Good for you. Yeah, it's cool. We do this about usually like once a year. It'll be nice though, because you know Kaylin hasn't been here for 2.5 weeks. She's been out in Idaho with her grandmother. So like when we go out there, it'll be the first time I've seen her in almost a month, which is absolutely insane. So I'm really excited about that. So that'll be really, really cool. Water is good. Yes. Being less niche is working okay for me. My videos are slowly performing better and better, though it is slow. Yeah, I mean, it works. And like ultimately, you can grow being less niche. It is more difficult and it'll probably be slower, but it's possible. You know, I just know, and it wasn't just about growing on YouTube. It's also about my brand, you know, like I'm trying to edit videos for clients. I want to be able to showcase my work. So, you know, almost all of them have come everything I've done has come as a direct result of me niching down on YouTube. You know, people come in and be like, you know, I've been seeing your DaVinci Resolve tutorials and we need somebody who knows DaVinci Resolve. And, you know, there you go. And that's how I got a contract with the marketing company. So, you know, it was a business decision. Oh, yeah, The Fly. Yeah, Marty's back. Marty's got some friends too. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me absolutely nuts. I can't hear Me Too without thinking the whole section. Yeah, the funny thing is like a friend and mentor of mine, he's been saying for over 20 years now, you know, he says that the two most powerful words in the English language are Me Too. And that was like way before that the whole sexual harassment movement thing came up. And so like, I feel like they kind of stole his thunder a little bit. But yeah. Jungly Medicine, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Jelly Duck, hey. What's going on? What's going on? Yankee and John and I talk all the time on Instagram. It really helps. Yeah, the Michaels and Apps That Rule and I talk all day long on Google Hangouts. That's like a daily thing, and we share our videos with each other before they come out, and it's a really cool process, and it's really helped. It's really helped a lot. So. And like you get like real friendships, like it's like real life friendships from people that I met on the internet, which is insane. So anyway, I've got two more tips here. I've got two more tips, and then we're going to jump over to the forum and see if there's any questions that people have asked. I know there's one that I missed last week. I think I missed. I can't remember if I missed it or not, so I'm going to re-answer it again. But if you have any questions about the topic of burnout or anything having to do with making videos, whether it's gear related or editing related or shooting related, whatever it is, if you have any questions, click the link in the description. Make sure you fill out that form and ask your question, because as soon as I get through these last two tips, we're going to jump over there and we're going to start answering some question. YouTube people are nuts. Absolutely. Absolutely. I need to find fellow YouTubers to start one-on-one conversations like that with. Yeah, do it. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Couple more tips that I have for you. And this one's a little weird, and it's a little bit more difficult to do because it almost makes you feel like you have a big ego. But like one thing that really helps with not burning out is making big deals out of little wins. And let me explain what that means. Let me explain what that means. That means like, you know, on YouTube, people are constantly saying like, it's not about the numbers. It's not about the numbers. And that is true to a certain extent. You know, it isn't about the numbers, but the numbers do feel good. Like that's kind of what I say. So big deals out of little wins is like, instead of looking at the big picture and seeing how far away you are from your ultimate goal, like start breaking that down and start celebrating every time you take one step closer, you know? Like when I look at my analytics and all the little arrows are green and pointing up, like that's a little win, but I make it a big deal, you know? When I get another 100 subscribers, it's in the grand scheme of things, a little win, but I make it a big deal. And that helps me stay excited about what I'm doing. It helps me like remember that I am like, maybe I'm still far away from my ultimate goal, but I'm making steady progress. And so every time I take a step forward and I celebrate those little victories and I make those little victories into a big deal, it helps me stay motivated. It helps me continue doing what I'm doing. And it's just overall good for your overall mood, your general mood. It is good when you can like constantly look and be like, what did I do good? Like what was one thing? What was one thing that I did that brought me closer to my ultimate goal than I was yesterday? And when I look at that and I find that thing and I make it a big deal, I share it with other people, it really helps. So, that's one. And then the last one I have, and this is actually super, super important. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I'm not a professional in this particular aspect of it, but like consider seeking professional help, you know? Like if we go back to that very first slide that I showed, you know, if we go back to that very first slide that I showed, which was all of the signs of creative burnout. Here we go. There it is. Like maybe not the perpetual creative block, but disinterest in what you used to love, feelings of uselessness and hopelessness, resentment towards people more successful than you. Like those are signs of straight up depression. Like now you may be depressed. And there's a difference, like I'm very aware of the fact that there's a difference between being depressed and having depression. So you may have be depressed temporarily, or these may be signs that you actually do have clinical depression and you need to seek professional help. So, I wouldn't be so quick to be like, I'm burned out and I just need to take a break. Because sometimes if you do have depression and you are, and you mistake it for being burned out and you decide to take a break, one, you may let it go completely and never come back. And two, that may actually start a spiral that you will have a very difficult time coming back from. I've seen it happen. Like, I've seen people think that they were just burned out and they took a break and they ended up in really, really bad places, months or years later on. So like, if you are feeling this way, like, consider seeking professional help. So that's the presentation. That was my topic right there. Did you guys like that? Did you enjoy that? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you enjoyed, because I usually come here with some kind of topic to talk about, but that was like the first time I prepared something and did slides and all that stuff and wanted to make it like a little bit more visual thing. So give me a thumbs up in the chat if you enjoyed that, because I enjoyed doing it and I thought it was fun. Oh, this is all the professional help I need. There you go. I mean, I'm not a professional, but I've had help from many professionals, so I can at least sound like I know what I'm talking about. But seriously, guys, like, if you're feeling burned out, reach out to a friend. Start doing these things. This live stream will be available for replay if you need to come back and reference it. And that and music from little kids. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right, let's check out this form. I know there's one question that I think I forgot to answer last week. We do it. We have 2 questions now. That's super awesome. The first one is one that I think I forgot to answer last week, which was from Everyday Family. And the question was looking at maybe upgrading from the SL2, which is the camera that I use. If you were in the same boat, what would you be looking at? I have my targets, but haven't locked into one yet. I mean, I've locked into a target, and unless something else comes out that gets my attention, it's going to be my target until I can afford it. But that's the Canon EOS R. 100%, that's the camera that I want right now. I want the EOS R. They were actually kind of at the baseball game. We were talking about that a little bit. Joe and Michael Fryer Jr., they were kind of like, you want the EOS R just to do studio things? And I was like, well, no, I mean, I'd take them out vlogging too, but I mean, most of my stuff is studio. But yeah, I would totally do it just for studio. Just because you're sitting at a desk talking to a camera doesn't mean you shouldn't have a nice camera. But that's it. That Everyday Family, if you are watching this, it is it's a good camera. It's a good camera, and that's what I want. I mean, the SL2 is good too, and I plan on basically, unless this camera breaks, knock on wood, because it hasn't done so yet. But like, unless this thing dies on me, or I'm not going to upgrade to anything. I'm not going to get another camera until I can afford the camera that I want, and that camera would be the EOS R. JB is Neo. What's going on? Hello, sir. How is it going? Any updates to my camera settings? Not really. But I will get back into that, and let's see what, I don't know what just came out of my mouth, but that was interesting. This is all the professional help I need. Great topic, man. Thank you. That music, I saw that one. Not to discourage people who need help with getting help, but the mental health care industry is a mess and can be a dangerous world to enter. Just be careful who you speak to. Agreed. I mean, you always have to be careful who you speak to. Mental health, physical health, it's it is. You got to vet who you talk to, and that's that. That's that. So, Jelly Duck, any updates to your camera settings? No, not really. I still do the SL2. I still shoot at 1080p. I still drop my contrast, my saturation, and my sharpness all the way down. And that's it. Those are my camera settings. Still film at 24 frames per second unless I'm doing slow motion, and then I move it up to 60. But other than that, that's it. The only difference is that since I have new lighting in here, I can actually I can drop my camera down to ISO 200, which is really nice, which means my produced videos are getting a lot less video noise. So that's hey, Tech Examine just got to the lake house, getting ready to head to the boat. All right, man, have fun. I'm jealous. I want to be on a boat. I like boats. I'm going to come on a boat with you next time, Panetta. My best buddy just got the Canon M50. M50 is a great camera for photography, and I was like, I really should test out the 4K on that. Yeah. My non-traditional life says I tested out the EOS R when I upgraded my camera, but it is too soon for it. There are almost no lenses available for it right now, though it is nice. Get an A6400. I'm not going to do Sony. I'm not going to leave Canon. Unless they do something incredibly stupid, I'm not leaving Canon. I can't get away. The dual pixel autofocus and the color science are enough to keep me with Canon, even though some of the things that they do frustrate the hell out of me. And that's just how it is. I mean, I still keep my eye on almost, two out of the three people that I talk to on a regular basis use Sony. So, and I've used the cameras. Also, Canon's menu system is so much easier to use than Sony's. Budget Bushcraft Panetta was in here for about 2.5 seconds. He's on the road today. He's going out on a boat with some friends. And so he just popped in to say hi, and then he left. Unless he was listening while he was driving. If he was listening while he was driving, then that's awesome. Thanks for the watch time, dude. Let's see. JB, you bought a ukulele. Bought a ukulele because of Stephanie Douglas. Nice. I like my new DJI Action Cam. Oh, you got the Osmo Action. That's super awesome. Hey, you're still here. Just telling my daughter why we have belly buttons. Oh, that's great. The memory card issue with Canon is my biggest pain. I haven't had any memory card issues. I have never had a memory card issue with Canon. So that's new. That's news to me. All right. There's one more. There's another question here in the form. Let's go to that. Budget Bushcraft asked the best free video editor. Come on, man. You know the answer to that. It's DaVinci Resolve. It's DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is the best free video editor, by far. I mean, you can do, yeah. So that's it. That's the answer to that question. DaVinci Resolve is the best free video editor. I've heard good things. I've heard good things about HitFilm. HitFilm hates my laptop. I can't get it to work on my laptop for some reason. So I'm going to go with DaVinci. Really, Jay? It's quite common. Really? What's the problem? What's happening? That's weird. I've never heard of memory card issues. My head's shiny. That's unfortunate. I don't use DaVinci, but I know why it is the best free one. Yeah, I mean, it's free, but it's professional, man. It's like, I definitely want Studio. I definitely want the paid version of DaVinci, but like, honestly, everything I do right now, even for clients, is done on the free version. Well, Filmora is not free. That's the thing, Rachel. I don't know why. Like, people always ask about the best free video editor, and people are like, Filmora. And I'm like, Filmora costs like $65. I have Filmora. It costs $65. It's not free. Maybe like you can get a free version with a watermark or something, but Filmora's actually come a long way. You can do some pretty cool stuff with Filmora now. I've been watching Daniel Batal's videos. You can do some pretty nice stuff. So I was thinking of doing maybe a DaVinci versus Filmora video, but like, to be honest, they're so just on opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to video editing. I don't think I couldn't do a comparison video between the two because they're so different. It's like, you know, it's like trying to compare the sun and the moon, basically. They're just totally different animals. So now I'm out later. See you later, man. Sorry, correction. You're right. It's not free. Filmora is good, but it can be a pain. I've heard that it's had like lagging issues. Which, I mean, I have lagging issues on DaVinci sometimes, but I can either drop it down into, quarter resolution proxy mode, or I can create optimized media, and it usually fixes it. So, yeah, you need a really good spec memory card with the Canon or some of them, because it freaks out in a highly pretentious way. Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, that makes sense. It usually has to do, with the write speed. Like you need you need a memory card with a high write speed. And that's like not just Canon though. That's basically any camera, really, for the most part. You need to have pretty high quality. You need to have a higher quality memory card for shooting video than you do for shooting photos. If you don't have a good enough memory, and that's, like I said, that's any camera, especially if you get into like even a Sony camera, you start shooting 4K or start shooting, 10-bit 422, if you start shooting that kind of stuff, you need a really good memory card. I pretty much only buy name brand stuff when it comes to memory cards. Like I think all of mine are SanDisk. So, but it's like the high end SanDisk. Got to go. Have a super nice afternoon. Judith Scott, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Where are we? I didn't see what Budget Bushcraft retracted. Filmora says the download is free on their site. Does it charge you after downloading for the license? I think you may get a free trial. Rachel, maybe you can clarify, because it's been so long. But I'm pretty sure that it's a. I'm pretty sure that Filmora gives you a free trial. Then you have to buy it. JB is new. Anyone who's their conspiracy, the best hour is gone. Am I banned? No, you're not banned, JB. You're not banned at all. No, Michael Fire Jr. just decided to discontinue doing the best hour because he's really trying to focus on growing his main channel. That's like his primary focus right now, which he needs to do. Because he's got to start making money, So he unfortunately had to cut out things that he really loved doing. He had to make some business decisions, which, I had to do the same thing, which is why I don't really go out and like vlog about nothing anymore. I sit here and I talk about making videos. So it was just a business decision. That was it. I don't want to see what Budget retracted. You know what? I asked my photography buddy and he showed me a memory card for like 20 pounds and it worked great in a Canon 600D. There you go. Nice. Yeah, Filmora gives you a free trial, but it puts a whacking great watermark across the bottom of your whole film unless you pay the $65 for the program. Yep, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Forgot about that. Because I think I downloaded it. I don't remember why I ended up downloading Filmora. It was the second video editor that I ever used. The first was WeVideo. Has anybody ever heard? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you've ever heard of WeVideo. Because WeVideo is like, I don't even know if it's still, I'm going to find it. Let's find out if it still exists real quick. WeVideo. Yeah. It's still there. It's still there. Oh man, that's great. WeVideo, you could get WeVideo for free with a G Suite, account, because it would sync with your Google Drive. JB is Neo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, Weave Video is it's online based. So you already know that, like, for the most part, online versions of things that are meant to be offline typically don't work that well. Windows Movie Maker. I think that's why. Like, I didn't want to use Weave Video anymore. I wanted something with a little more oomph. So I was like, oh, let's do, I don't know what I was searching for something. And I will tell you what, the guys over at Wondershare, the people who make Filmora, they are the best Google AdWords people I have ever seen. Because, like, if you start looking at, like, alternate, like, let's say you do, like, I don't know, iMovie for Windows. Let's say if you search iMovie for Windows or something like that, the top result is going to be Filmora. Same thing with, like, basically what happens is they compare themselves to other pieces of software, right? So let's say you're searching for, and they actually make blog articles. They make blog articles about other pieces of software. So, like, once I searched for, like, the best plugins for DaVinci Resolve, and the top result was on the Filmora blog, and there was like, here are a few, like, okay plugins, but if you really want a good video editor, download Filmora today. It's like they're like super good at what they do. So, Ron Willis, hello, thanks for stopping by. I hated Weave Video because we had Premiere downstairs in the video lab. Yeah, there you go. Oh man, Weave Video. Well, I had a paid version for Weave Video, so I didn't have the logo. We had to, in my high school, switch to Chromebooks. Yes, and that's why I started using Weave Video. That's what it was. My laptop stopped connecting to the internet, and then I wanted to start making videos for the business that I was trying to build, but I ended up replacing my laptop with a Chromebook, which I should have never done. Although, truth be told, now I kind of wish that I still had my Chromebook so I could be, like, using sort of two monitors. I could have the chat for the live stream, like, on the Chromebook while I'm running everything off of the regular laptop. Yeah, totally lost it. But yeah, I was using a Chromebook, and then that's why I use Weave Video, and then I switched to Filmora when I acquired a new computer, and then I realized, like, I have Adobe Creative Cloud. Why don't I take the time to learn Premiere? And then I learned Premiere, and I loved that. And then Premiere 2019 came out, and I started having a ton of problems. So I was like, I need to find something else. Watched a video that basically said, I run DaVinci off of an old iMac or an old MacBook, and it works great. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I downloaded DaVinci Resolve, and I haven't looked back. So that's that. Windows Movie Maker, man. Filmora is great, but it can leave blackout spots in your film for like a few seconds of black in your film for no reason. That's weird. Quite annoying glitch, but great other than that. That's a pretty big glitch, though. I hated Weave Video because okay, I read that. Does anyone use Camtasia? I forgot about Camtasia. I've never tried Camtasia. Takes forever to enter footage into Weave Video. I do remember that. It took forever. Because you have to, like, you don't drop it into software. It has to upload to the internet. DaVinci is my first video editor. Have a DJI Spark now for 6 months and Crystal Sky for 3 weeks. Nice. You're my go-to guy for DaVinci. Thank you for your tutorials. Well, thank you so much, Ron. No problem, man. I love doing tutorials. It's fun. I love doing them. And so the fact that you're getting value out of them is super, super awesome. That's brilliant marketing. They also kind of mean to people wanting to learn DaVinci. Well, from what I've been able to tell is that Filmora basically only does that if they see that another piece of software is missing something that Filmora has. Like if there's a common search term for something that actually doesn't exist, but Filmora happens to have it in their software, that's when they write the article, which is genius. So I gotta Google how to tune and play this fudging ukulele. Be right back. Nice. I want Premiere, but I'm not paying $50 a month for it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm heading off. It was such a great stream. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by, Jelly Duck. Holy crap, it's 2:55. It's 2:55. Oh, man. Yeah, it's fine as a glitch when you've got shots without music, but shots with music and a random blackout in your film leaves you banging your head on the table. I think I remember that happening. Done all my YouTube videos with Windows Media Maker, trying other stuff. I'll listen to Jay Lippin now. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, budget. Get DaVinci. You can do so much stuff with DaVinci. And it's actually a fairly... I mean, compared to something like Windows Movie Maker or even Filmora or Power Director, it's probably a little bit of a higher learning curve, but it's totally worth it. Because like once you get it down, you can do some crazy stuff with it. So I think a couple nights ago I was on Burt Cullinane's live stream. We were just hanging out in the chat, and somebody asked about, what editing software they should get, and they were like DaVinci 5. They basically narrowed it down to the same 3 that most people end up narrowing it down to when they like really, really want to start like getting really super serious about making professional quality videos, which is like Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or Final Cut. And he was I basically what I said is DaVinci Resolve is what would happen if Premiere Pro and Final Cut had a baby. Like DaVinci kind of takes the best from both worlds and puts them in one software, which is super awesome. Yeah, Jay's my come-to guy for having convo or geek out about filmmaking tech. Yes. I've got them all. There you go. All right, let's check this form. Let's see if this form has any. No, I don't care about Wii Video. I'm not going back in a Wii Video. Nope. No new questions. So guys, yeah, just in case you came in late and you've just in case you came in late, this will be my last stream for about 3 weeks or so. I leave Monday. I leave this coming Monday to go on a trip, and I won't be back until Monday the 22nd, and I will not be live streaming while I'm gone, except for, maybe if I have the chance. I doubt I will, but I may check in on my phone once or twice, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. But in the meantime, this was a really fun live stream, guys. This was really fun. I really enjoyed this. I hope you did too. All of my YouTube content is unplanned, unscripted, and I just do it for my Android. Also, I have a custom-made Velcro tripod. I stick it in film. That's so cool. Sometimes people stare. Yeah. Oh, man. Used to use Avid at university. Nobody likes Avid. I only keep using Premiere because I need Photoshop and other Creative Cloud apps anyway. And that's the thing. Like, I still have Premiere, I still have Lightroom, and I still use those. But Premiere just wasn't working well enough on my laptop. And it was taking way too long to get an edit done because it kept crashing or just lagging really, really bad. And, DaVinci Resolve 16 is in public beta right now. So... I'm getting some lag. I've crashed a couple times. It wasn't happening really with DaVinci Resolve 15, but there's 16 still in beta, and I made the decision. to download a beta software, and I'm using it. And for the most part, it works great. But I've had a couple days where I'm just like kind of wanting to punch my computer in the face. I'm not gonna lie, I've had those days, but it's still worlds better than what I was getting with Premiere 2019. So. I can use a form now. Anybody can use a form, Ron. Absolutely. I came in late. Budget, you're the first one here, dude. You can definitely use the form next time, Ron. Anytime. Like, that's what it's there for. It's a Q&A form. So I always come in here with some kind of topic to talk about. Today, if you want to go back and watch the replay, we actually talked about kind of how to avoid creative burnout, what creative burnout is. Usually I talk about something more technical, like a filmmaking technique or an editing technique or something like that. But today, just because of the rush of content that I've been trying to get ready to get published, so I don't miss an upload while I'm on my trip, it got me thinking about the whole concept of burnout. So I veered off the path a little bit, but that's what we talked about today. Feel free to go back, check that replay, because I think it was a lot of fun. Well, I mean, I liked it. Let's just say, I don't know if fun's the right word, but I liked it. And I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys did too. Really, I like Avid, except it is hard to edit audio on. Great for purely visual stuff. Yeah, I guess. Filmora hardly crashes, which I'm happy with. Yeah, that's true. Filmora never crashed for me. So, but yeah, I come in here with a topic. So I'm a little scattered right now. This is what happens after an hour. I come in here with a topic, but there's also a link to a form in the description of every live stream. If you click that, you can ask me anything about the filmmaking process, the video creation process, whether it's editing or gear or, something having to do with camera settings or ways, techniques to get better lighting or whatever it is. If you want to know something, fill out that form. And usually second half of the stream, I start digging into those questions and I start answering those. So that's kind of how this thing, that's kind of how this thing goes. I'm that old. I actually first edited on VHS to VHS. I never did VHS to VHS, but the very first video I edited was a music video for my own band, which is really just a compilation of, like, home video style stuff, videos that we took at shows and, hanging out with each other and all that stuff. It was all like just one of those, like you've ever seen those music videos from bands where it's all footage from like live shows or just the band hanging out or meeting the fans and all that. It was one of those. And it was from a camcorder, one that recorded on tape. But it had the output, so I could actually like get the video digitally onto the computer, and then I edited that way. So wait, and Rachel, you're the same age as me. What are you talking about, old? Stop that. Only I'm allowed to call us old. Ron Willis. Yes. Yes, it is. It's, let me see if I'm going to find it. And I will post the link. If you guys want to see the very first video that I ever edited. It's horrible, by the way. It's horrible. Because, like, I knew nothing about creating videos. But it is out there, and I'm going to get you the link to it right now. I'm looking it up. And I'm singing about what I'm doing. All right, here we go. De Novo Elvis. There it is. Boom. There it is. All right. Gotta find. Wow, it's got 582 views. 582 views. That's insane. Share. Copy link. Let's come back to the chat. Inspired John, what's going on? Oh, see, I never went to college, Rachel. But yeah, you're the same age as me. If you went to uni in 2002, I would have gone in 2002. I graduated high school 2001. I was born in 1983, weren't you? I thought we were both born in 83. All right, there it is, guys. That's the very first video that I ever put together. Very first one. It's horrible. It's like the worst quality thing you will see ever, but that's the first one right there. Way back in way back. When was that? When did that come out? March 19th, 2007. Wow. March 19th, 2007 was the very first video that I yeah, but I'm prettier than you, Jay. I'm not going to argue with that. I know better than to argue with a woman about who's prettier. So, oh, guys, all right. So yeah, I'm not going to see you guys for about 3 weeks. There will be videos coming out. I've got videos coming out for every Monday and Friday while I'm gone. Got some really cool stuff coming out, actually. Some videos that I'm super excited about. For those of you, for anybody here's been waiting for me to jump into the Fusion page in DaVinci Resolve, I finally do that twice. 2 videos over the next 3 weeks are going to be in the Fusion page. Going to be doing some titling work. So those are coming out. Yeah, those are coming out. And in the meantime, guys, sorry, I'm like losing my mind here. Unless you're planning to be a doctor or lawyer, college is a waste of money. I think there's a few other professions that would benefit from a college education, you know, but, you know, I don't know. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, to be honest. Like, my dad wanted me to go and study something business related, and I didn't want to do that. I did know what I wanted to do, but my dad wouldn't, you know, pay for the college to do that. I wanted to be a music producer. And he was like, technology is coming out that's going to make your job obsolete if that's the field that you want to go into. And he was absolutely right, by the way. He was absolutely right. Technology has progressed to a point where, not like completely, but it's a lot harder to find work in that industry now because so many people, so many artists are doing everything themselves. So I actually did filmmaking at uni. There you go. One of the things that I am going to be brainstorming and working on while I am on vacation is new tiers for my Patreon page. I want to do stuff that's like really going to bring you value. Also stuff that I can keep up with, you know, like I want to be like super realistic with you guys because, you know, I had like the same tier that everybody has, like, oh, unlock backstage access, behind the scenes content. That's what I was looking for. You know, I want to, but like, I can't keep up with that. I can't keep up with like, okay, yeah, you guys get to see content that nobody else gets to see because like, I don't have time to make extra content. You know what I'm saying? You know? You know, I just don't have time to create extra content. So like, I got to take that tier out of there because I'm like basically just lying to people who are expecting that. But so I'm going to be brainstorming some new tiers. One of the tiers is going to be like actual video editing coaching, I guess. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more, you know, maybe not platform specific unless you use DaVinci Resolve, in which case that could definitely be a thing, but like kind of teach you a little bit of theory when it comes to video editing, things like the Kuleshov effect, which I have a video coming out on, by the way. If Rachel went to film school, if Rachel went to school for filmmaking, she should know what the Kuleshov effect is. So I would not say college itself was useless, but sadly my major will be. I ended up needing to change majors only to find a type of majors I was interested in weren't at my school. Ugh, that's no fun. That's no fun. Bragging about USA winning at football. There you go. What's in the cup? In this cup? Well, nothing anymore. This was coffee. This is water. This is, yeah. Rachel, no ma'am. It is definitely not rum. Bragging about USA winning at football, not soccer. Hey, I have no problem calling it football. I'm not one of those people. It was, look, soccer was football before football was football. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Plus, your football being called football makes a lot more sense than our football being called football. Just saying. There you go. Budget, it's coffee, brandy, roofies, and other jokes. I knew lots of stuff back in the day. As you can tell by my films these days, I don't remember much of it. Well, Rachel, I got a refresher thing coming for you then in a couple of weeks on the Kuleshov effect. Super, super awesome technique. It's kind of a technique, more of a mentality or a theory or something that will completely change the way that you think about the stories that you're telling in your videos. It's really... It kind of goes against what a lot of vloggers do. I don't talk about that in the video, but hopefully you guys will see what I mean when I do that. And I forget it all the time when I actually do vlogging. So soccer was football before football was football. See? Somebody gets it. I remember the Kuleshov effect from 1 year I was a film major before switching out. It's cool. I will tag you, Rach. Well, all right, I'll make sure when I do all my I got to like preload all my tweets into TweetDeck so I don't forget to actually tweet them out. But I will definitely tag you. I'm pretty sure Chandra Paivo wanted me to tweet her on that one too. So that effect is best to explain through a visual example, 100%, and I use them. I actually found the original Kuleshov experiment footage, so that's in there. I also I did my own as an additional example. So yeah, that's all in there. I must admit though, I actually like the no pressure of YouTube and I can just make what the hell I want. And that's the thing. Like we're gonna veer off topic here. We're actually going late. Look at that. We're going late. We're approaching an hour and a half of live streaming. And I still got water left. So we're yeah. Let me explain something about YouTube. We're getting away from my primary niche here. And we're going to talk about YouTube for a second. There are ways that will make it way easier for you if part of your purpose, part of your plan is to actually grow your channel to the point where you're either making money directly from YouTube or you're making money as a result of YouTube. And by as a result, I mean things like brand deals, sponsorships, stuff like that. And what I mean by from YouTube, I mean from AdSense. So if that's part of your plan, then there are certain things, there are certain best practices that will help you grow a lot faster. And that is part of my plan. And that's why I made the business decision to niche down and focus on one, only covering DaVinci Resolve. But I would go insane if I did that. So I'm sticking with the more broader thing of how to make videos, which is allowing me to grow a lot faster than I was, but not as fast as I could be. I'm kind of in a weird little middle ground. But the thing is, like, if you make that decision, that is not a hard and fast rule that you have to do that on YouTube. You can do whatever you want on YouTube as long as it doesn't break the community guidelines. You can do whatever you want, you know? So there is no right or wrong way to do YouTube, but there are proven best practices that will help you grow. So, like, if you just want to create whatever you want to create, then do that. And that's fine. And if you want to niche down and actually try and look at this from a business perspective, then do that. You know, it's a choice. It's a choice. You do have that freedom. That's the thing. So I don't know. That's my thing. Yeah, the fly's back. Fly's back, Ron. The fly doesn't stop. The fly will leave the room. The fly will leave the room until the second that I turn my lights on, and then boom, it's back in again. It's nuts. Holy crap, CK Golding's in here? Where'd he go? Dude, how are you, sir? I saw you put out like a couple videos recently. I still gotta check them out. I've just been swamped with trying to pump out 2-3 weeks worth of content in the period of a week. So I'm changing my name to Budget Bushcraft and Yankee and John and Crap. There you go. That works. That works. JB, don't be a wimp. Keep it pure. I hope that vodka is cut with water. This is pure water. It's pure, well, I don't know. This is Baltimore. Maybe it's not pure water, but it's it's water. I missed a lot of things. I'm very well. Great to see you, proud bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's right. You guys both live in Sheffield. I forgot about that, Rachel. I forgot about that. I forgot you both lived in Sheffield. I also forgot, if you guys, I don't know if all of you guys know him, but Jack Stoltz, who's another creator, another YouTube creator, who's also in a band called Too Late the Hero. Too Late the Hero? I feel like it's Too Late the Hero. Anyway, I used to listen to Jack's band back before I was even aware of YouTube, which is crazy. And then, like, at one point he told me the name of his band, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So, like, I knew that I used to listen to this band. I knew that Jack Stoll had a band, and he told me the name of it. But still, until literally yesterday, I had no idea that Jack was in the band that I used to listen to all the time. So that's that. my brain likes to compartmentalize like so much. It's so good at doing that like I literally have trouble connecting those things. What's it? Yeah. Wait. I'm a lot of things, Rachel, but a wimp is not one of them. I'll bench press 3 Rachels before the end of this show. I'll make sure I eat some extra crap and then JB. Oh, so I weigh more. There you go. Oh, you guys are a riot. You guys are a riot. Let's check in on that form. My throat is starting to hurt just a little bit, so we're probably going to call it quits here in just a minute. I want to see if I can make it to the hour and a half mark though, because that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. No responses, guys. If you have come in late and you have a question about the filmmaking process, the video creation process, whether it's editing or filming or whatever, make sure, or our topic from earlier this stream, which was almost an hour and a half ago, which was avoiding creative burnout. Make sure that you click the link in the description, fill that out, or at this point, whatever, just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'm hanging out with you guys now, so. I don't want to swamp Jay's feed with my hit Rachel, so let's talk on Twitter. Hey, don't worry about it, CK. Put the vodka down. This isn't vodka. Did you guys see that? My vodka water splashed me. That's not water. It's so water. It's so water. Oh, man. What are you guys talking about? Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's,
Quick question for you. Okay. I have to do my car works thing today. My blow and go thing. I have to go do that today. Did you want to drop me off at school and go do that so I can take my test and then you can do whatever you got to do until I need to come home? I'm
still live streaming.
You're still what?
Live streaming.
Oh, crap. I'm sorry. I assumed you might have been finished since it's already passed. Okay, never mind.
Bye. Oh, it's funny. Any advice for filming new videos during VidCon? I've never been to VidCon, but, you know, because you're kind of more of a non-niche, you can vlog and do anything. The only advice that I have is just, you know, document everything that you can while you're there. Document everything you can while you're there, and then when you get back, you know, try and put the story together. You know, that's kind of the thing is, if you can go in there deciding what this story is going to be before you like start filming, that's even better. But I know that for something like an event, like I've never been to VidCon, but I've been to like meetups with, you know, a good number of creators, and I'll go in there with a plan and that plan goes completely out the window. So I end up like, go in there with a plan. Here's my advice. Let's back up. My my advice for filming a VidCon is go in there with a plan. Try and figure out a story that you want to tell while you're there. But also be prepared for that plan to go completely out the window and just settle for documenting the experience and trying to tell the best story that you can when you get into editing. That's my advice. What's your 2019 highlight so far? We've not spoken in ages. That's true. So I don't know what I've missed with your world. Let's see here. Been a few highlights, man. Started actually, I can officially call myself a professional video editor. That was a decision that I made. Less of a highlight, more of a decision, but I decided to, when seeking client work, I was actually going to focus on editing rather than shooting, partially because of logistics and partially because I absolutely love the thing, but I'm like getting paid. Not a lot, but I'm getting paid now to edit videos, which is super cool. Last Wednesday, this past Wednesday, I hit 10 years of sobriety, which is super cool. And for the very first time ever, my daughter left home to go with her grandmother and has been gone for 3 weeks. So I've actually had 3 weeks without being a dad, which is weird. It's weird, but it's also really cool. I've gotten to do a lot of cool stuff. So that's basically my life in a nutshell right now, man. Still working for myself, still making videos and trying to do the thing and still being a dad and still not drinking. So not vodka. Was that one of the Michaels? No, that was not one of the Michaels. That was my girlfriend, Budget Bushcraft. That was my girlfriend. Oh, it was funny. That was funny. Any other questions? Kitty, please stop tearing up my couch. Thank you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Are you cheating on me with JB's Neo? Uh-oh. Jay, you forgot to say you smashed 1K. Oh, yeah, I hit 1K. I hit 1K, and I'm like 93% of my way to 4,000 hours of watch time. So that's cool. That's cool, which means I'm like super, super close to getting monetized on YouTube and actually can say that I'm a professional YouTuber. I can actually say I'm a professional YouTuber soon. That'll be cool. That'll be an interesting highlight. That way when people say, hey, what do you do? Instead of like listing a whole bunch of crap, I can just be like, oh, I'm a professional YouTuber. And they can be like, what? Oh, man. Oh, so 10 years sober, props, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I will keep going. That's the plan, at least. That's the plan. Oh, so I just got to keep doing it. That's the thing. At this point, there's a lot of like little minute shifts. When you start treating YouTube like a business and start like really focusing on the numbers and figuring out what's making you grow and what's making you not grow and making the decisions on like what should I let go and what should I keep doing and all that stuff. There are minute shifts, but for the most part at this point is just like put your head down and keep going, which is super cool. Like a lot of the figuring it out point is kind of like natural now. I want peanut butter. I have peanut butter. So, buy a plane ticket. Alan Hughes, April, what's up, bro? What's been happening? What's going on, Alan? David Wise, hey. Just stumbled upon the stream. Look at that. This is what happens when you go on for a half an hour longer than you normally do. Not much. Oh, man, now I'm hungry. Great. Question. Ooh. Okay, what's going on? I used to be in YPP before the rule change. Yeah. See, I was never in it. Who is Nightbot? Nightbot is actually literally a bot that I just set up to periodically remind people to subscribe to the channel or, click a link to support me on Patreon, stuff like that. It's just, it's literally a bot. It's a bot that I set up in order to just kind of periodically post links and messages throughout the stream. Kind of like an advertisement, I guess. He's my advertiser. Nice to meet you, bro, but I have a question. All right, okay, ask the questions. Oh, that wasn't even a question. Pick one JL video from 2019 I should watch straight after this stream, and I will. Your call. Oh man, that's a tough one, dude. Because I think my channel has changed a lot. I think at least since the last time I've seen you in my comments. So let's see. Does anybody? I'll tell you what. Anybody in the chat? Does anybody in the chat have a video that they think I should watch? That they think CK should watch? I can't even find what I'm doing. There we go. Let's see. I'll tell you what, CK. If you want one that you can watch, it's like not strictly a DaVinci Resolve tutorial. I put out a video about if nobody else posts something in the chat that they think you should watch. I put out a video about storytelling that you might enjoy. Like 5 storytelling tips that I think you might like because you're a storyteller. So I actually would like to get your input on that, really, because you're an amazing storyteller. So it's like Tell Better Stories or something like that. Nobody can find. Let me find the link. Let me get the link. It's right here. Where'd my storytelling video go? Do. Too far. Tell Better Stories. There we go. How to tell a great story. That's it. Get shareable link and back to the chat. Boom. There you go, CK. That's the one. That is the one. Alan Hughes, Rachel Rawson, his mind stopped at. Oh, God, what is happening? Rachel and Alan are making me horny. Oh, my God. I don't think they're doing that, David. Uh-oh. Why did Ron Willis's message get deleted? Why was he timed out? What just happened? Hold on, let me find out. I posted a link. He posted a link. Ron, sorry, man. Since you're not a mod, you can't post links. I found it, though. Yeah, that's kind of a problem with Nightbot, is he will ban somebody who's not a mod. Or not ban, but he'll time out somebody who's not a mod. So sorry about that, Ron. I will fight to the death. I thought I was cheating 5 minutes ago, budget. Make up your damn mind. Oh, God. What are you guys doing? Come on. Let's bring it back here. Let's bring it back. It's all good, Ron. No problem, man. No problem. Yeah, that's the thing with YouTube. Typically, only moderators can post links. I don't think any of my moderators are in here, actually. I know Studio Geek was in here earlier, but I think he's like the only one who showed up today. I think besides Studio Geek, my only mods are the Michaels and Apps That Rule. And they're all either working or out and about or on a boat. So, you can't hear me? Am I muted for some reason? Oh my God, this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Rachel, can you hear me now? Can everybody else hear me? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. Then I will come and oh my goodness. Rachel. Not muted, I'm okay. Okay, I never cheated. I just bing bang the drum 24/7 if I had a choice. Jesus. All right, my throat is starting to get a little bit oh my. There you go. Now you can hear me. Okay, cool. Good deal. Good deal. My throat's starting to die a little bit though, so I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna start calling it quits. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Welcome to anybody who has never been here before. Ron, David, Alan. Alan, have you been here? I feel like I've seen you before, but thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you to the rest of you for continuing to make Wednesdays from 2 to normally 3 p.m. the best hour of my week. I love this, and I want to continue doing this for as long as possible. If you would like to help me with that endeavor, there are a few things you can do. I do have a Patreon, which I am in the process of revamping. Hopefully when I come back from my road trip, I will have a firm plan for Patreon, and we can start getting that rock and rolling. In the meantime, there's also links in the description to make a one-time donation via Streamlabs/PayPal. I also have merch, and my 2019 Let's Pack is still for sale. So if you want to make color grading a little bit simpler and get a little bit more of a cinematic look for your videos, make sure you click that link in the description and pick up the 2019 Let's Pack for yourself. 2018 is still on sale too. In the meantime, guys, have a wonderful July, basically, because I'm leaving on Monday and I don't come back until the 22nd. So have a wonderful July. And I'll see you guys on Twitter and in the comments section of my videos. I'm not like leaving totally. I'm just, I'm just going to be driving a car across the country. So I won't have a lot of time to make videos. So loving the haircut. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Be kind to each other, please. Be kind to each other, and make sure to take care of yourself. Avoid that burnout, because burnout sucks. So, yeah, have a good one, guys. I will talk to you later. See ya.